The Napoleonic Wars, a series of major conflicts pitting the French Empire led by Napoleon Bonaparte against an array of European powers, significantly reshaped the continent's political landscape in the early 19th century. The Battle of Waterloo, fought on June 18, 1815, marked the decisive and concluding confrontation of these wars. Situated near the town of Waterloo in present-day Belgium, this battle saw Napoleon's forces clashing with the Seventh Coalition, comprising primarily British, Dutch, Belgian, and Prussian troops under the command of the Duke of Wellington and Gebhard Leberecht von Blücher. The battle's outcome led to Napoleon's final defeat and the end of his rule as Emperor of the French, subsequently restoring the Bourbon monarchy in France and solidifying Britain's and Prussia's positions as dominant European powers. The significance of the Battle of Waterloo lies not only in its role as the terminator of Napoleon's ambitions, but also in its broader implications for European geopolitics. It effectively ended the series of wars that had engulfed Europe for over a decade, enabling a period of relative peace and the Congress of Vienna's efforts to redraw the continent's political map. Moreover, the battle's outcome influenced military strategies and doctrines in subsequent wars, highlighting the importance of coalition warfare and strategic alliances. Real-world applications of the lessons learned from Waterloo can be seen in the development of military strategies that emphasize coalition building and combined arms tactics, which have been employed in numerous conflicts following the Napoleonic Wars. For instance, during World Wars I and II, coalition strategies played a crucial role in the Allies' victories. Furthermore, the battle underscored the impact of terrain and weather in military planning, lessons that continue to shape military doctrines today. However, the Battle of Waterloo is not without its controversies and challenges. Some historians debate the extent to which Napoleon's defeat was due to his own strategic errors versus the skill and tenacity of the Allied forces. Additionally, the glorification of Waterloo in some narratives has overshadowed the immense human cost of the battle, with tens of thousands of soldiers killed or wounded on both sides. This battle's connection to the wider Napoleonic Wars underscores the intricate interplay of political, military, and diplomatic factors that defined the era. It highlights the shifting alliances and the balance of power dynamics, themes that continue to resonate in modern international relations. Understanding Waterloo within this context provides insight into how pivotal battles can shape the course of history, influence geopolitical outcomes, and inform military strategy for generations. The Napoleonic Wars, culminating in the Battle of Waterloo in 1815, were heavily influenced by the political and military context of early 19th century Europe. This period was marked by significant turmoil and transformation, setting the stage for the conflict that would reshape the continent. Politically, Europe was reeling from the impact of the French Revolution, which had dismantled centuries-old monarchies and introduced ideals of liberalism and nationalism. These ideas spread rapidly, threatening established aristocracies and prompting fear among other European powers. Militarily, the period saw the evolution of warfare with rapid advancements in tactics and technology, exemplified by Napoleon Bonaparte's rise to prominence through his innovative strategies and leadership style. The significance of this context in relation to the Battle of Waterloo is profound. The battle was not merely a clash of armies, but a decisive moment in a broader struggle between revolutionary ideals and conservative forces. Napoleon's efforts to expand French influence had led to a coalition of European powers determined to restore the balance disrupted by his conquests. The coalition's victory at Waterloo marked the end of Napoleon's reign and initiated a period of relative peace in Europe, known as the Congress of Vienna, where leaders sought to prevent future upheaval by redrawing the continent's political map. Two notable examples illustrate the political and military context. First, Napoleon's use of mass conscription revolutionized European military structures, allowing him to field unprecedented numbers of troops. This system forced other powers to adapt similarly, transforming European warfare. Second, the Peninsular War against Spain and Portugal showed how nationalism could be weaponized as local populations resisted Napoleonic rule, demonstrating the limitations of military dominance without political legitimacy. Some historians argue that Napoleon was a liberator spreading the revolutionary ideals of equality and meritocracy, while others see him as a tyrant imposing authoritarian rule. This duality remains a point of debate, highlighting the complex legacy of his influence. Challenges to this context include the varied responses of European nations to the revolutionary threat and their subsequent alliances, which were often marked by shifting loyalties and competing interests. Moreover, the Congress of Vienna, while stabilizing Europe, also suppressed burgeoning nationalist movements, sowing seeds for future conflicts. The political and military context of the early 19th century was intricately tied to the events leading up to and following the Battle of Waterloo. It influenced the strategies and alliances that determined the battle's outcome and reshaped the European landscape in its aftermath, demonstrating how deeply interconnected political ideologies and military innovations were during this pivotal era. The Battle of Waterloo, fought on June 18, 1815, holds immense strategic importance as it marked the end of the Napoleonic Wars and the definitive defeat of Napoleon Bonaparte. This battle was not just a decisive military engagement. It reshaped the geopolitical landscape of Europe, bringing about the end of over 2 decades of warfare. The strategic importance of Waterloo lies in its ability to restore a balance of power in Europe and its role in setting the stage for a century of relative peace on the continent. The significance of Waterloo is underscored by its immediate and long-lasting effects on European politics. The defeat of Napoleon curtailed French dominance in Europe and led to the Congress of Vienna, where European leaders redrew the map of Europe in a bid to prevent future widespread conflict. This realignment aimed to establish stability and collective security, principles that would govern European diplomacy for years to come. Real-world examples that illustrate this strategic importance include the formation of the Quadruple Alliance, consisting of the United Kingdom, Russia, Austria, and Prussia, which played a critical role in maintaining the post-war order. Another example is the restoration of monarchies across Europe, which reinforced traditional hierarchies and counterbalanced revolutionary ideologies that had spread with Napoleon's conquests. Supporters of the strategic significance of Waterloo argue that it was a triumph of coalition warfare, exemplifying the power of collective action against a common threat. This cooperation among nations laid the groundwork for modern international relations and alliances. However, the strategic importance of Waterloo is not without controversy. Some historians argue that the battle marked the suppression of revolutionary ideals, stalling progress and innovation in governance and social structures. Others point out that while it temporarily ended large conflicts, it did not address underlying national and social tensions, which would later contribute to conflicts such as the Crimean War and World War I. In connection to the broader Napoleonic Wars, the Battle of Waterloo underscores the theme of resistance against imperial domination and the complex interplay of military strategy and diplomacy. It highlights how pivotal battles can influence political realignments, ideologies, and the future trajectories of nations. Ultimately, the strategic importance of Waterloo is a testament to its enduring legacy in shaping the course of European and world history. The Battle of Waterloo in 1815 was a pivotal moment in European history, largely defined by 3 key figures: Napoleon Bonaparte, the Duke of Wellington, and Gebhard Leberecht von Blücher. Napoleon Bonaparte, the French emperor, was renowned for his military genius and ambition, seeking to extend his influence across Europe. In contrast, the Duke of Wellington, Arthur Wellesley, was a British military leader known for his strategic acumen, who had consistently opposed Napoleonic expansion. Complementing Wellington's forces was Gebhard Leberecht von Blücher, a Prussian field marshal with a reputation for boldness and tenacity. Together, Wellington and Blücher played crucial roles in counteracting Napoleon's military campaigns, culminating at Waterloo. The significance of these figures lies in their decisive impact on the outcome of the Napoleonic Wars, particularly the Waterloo campaign. Napoleon, attempting a comeback after his escape from exile on Elba, aimed to defeat the 7th Coalition forces separately. However, the collaboration between Wellington and Blücher was instrumental in their victory. Wellington's defensive tactics and Blücher's timely arrival turned the tide against Napoleon's forces, leading to his ultimate defeat and exile to St. Helena. This marked the end of the Napoleonic era, reshaping the European political landscape. In the aftermath of Waterloo, Wellington leveraged his military success to forge a notable political career, serving as Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Conversely, Blücher's leadership further solidified Prussia's position as a burgeoning European power. These examples highlight how their military efforts had broader implications beyond the battlefield, influencing national policies and international relations. Opinions on the effectiveness of these leaders often highlight Wellington's unparalleled strategic planning and Blücher's unwavering resolve as crucial to their success. However, some historians argue that Wellington's victory was heavily dependent on Blücher's support and the advantageous geography of the battlefield. Controversy surrounding the Battle of Waterloo includes debates over the effectiveness of Napoleon's tactics and the extent to which luck played a role in the coalition's victory. Some argue that had Napoleon struck at Blücher first, the outcome might have differed, while others contend that internal strife and logistics were already sealing his fate. These figures shaped not just the outcome of Waterloo, but also influenced the political dynamics and military strategies of the time, underscoring the interconnectedness of personal leadership and broader historical movements within the Napoleonic Wars. The collaboration between Wellington and Blücher serves as a testament to the power of strategic alliances, a principle that continues to resonate in modern military and diplomatic strategies.